Hi everybody. Today we're going to see how I draw Valentine Skully. Okay, so let's start out with a quick sketch just to make sure I get everything where I want it to be. And this is going to be a little tricky because I'm trying to get her head facing you because she has something over here and something over here. Something on the right side and the hat on the left side, like defining the love or the Valentine's features, right? So I'm trying to find a good pose to show you both. And you know what? It's Valentine's, so I'm gonna have her with her arms out like a big old hug. Right. Okay, so let me draw the rest of her real fast. Ooh, those are pretty wide. Let's see. We'll see where we go. We'll see what happens here. And I know you can't quite see this, but this is pretty much for me. Just to make sure I get everything in the right place. Is that enough room? Can you see that? Yeah, I think so. Because sometimes I draw and like that, I'll draw too low and it'll fall off the screen. So I'm trying to keep it in so you can see all the details, because that's why we're here, right? We're drawing the fun stuff we like. And when I switch over to Sharpie, you'll be able to see it much better. But this is for me just to make sure that I have everything in the right place. And like I said, make sure that you can see her her hat, as well as the little heart piece that she has on her leg. Then once I do that, there we go. This is much better. So when I first sketched it out, I made her arms way too wide, at least on this one. So I just need to redefine it real fast. And then I can make it better. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. So now I just need to put a few more details into her hat to make sure I give you enough there. And I think I might raise it up just a little bit because I got it too low. And with her eye covered up, there's only so much details I can show you with the face and define that it's her, you know? Because with designs like this, you have to have certain things in there to see that it's a certain person, right? Like if the eye gets cut off too much, well, that's it. We're out of eye, you know? So I just want to make sure I put that in there. Okay, let's give her a little bit of a smile too. It's Valentine's Day. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to Sharpie, actually the pen Sharpie, so I can do the fine detail. And then I'll come back with the big Sharpie and we'll add some more detail with that in a second. So first, let's start off with the eye, make sure I got that right. Because if that's not right, then why are we doing this, you know? So I'm going to add the little almond eyes, like this. And then I'm going to add the pupil, like that. And I think I'm happy with that. So let's keep moving. I'm going to... Her brow is going to disappear into the hat just a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and draw it. Then when I draw that line, I might lose some of it, but that's okay. We'll just keep going to see how it is. So I'm going to draw a little bit of a nose like this, and draw the other nostril like that, just to define that there's a nose there. We don't have to draw all the details. Let's give her a slight smile like that, little Valentine's happy smile. And the top lip underneath, on top, and then the bottom lip underneath, right? Keep that smile going. And I think the last thing I'm going to do before I switch over is her jawline. So I'm going to draw her jaw like this. I'm going to come up to about right there because I know that's where her hair is going to hit. And I'm going to thicken it up just a little bit because this other Sharpie is super thick and I want to kind of make it uniform. So I'm just going to thicken it up just a hair. But if you're doing with a pencil, then you don't have to do anything. You're done. You just draw those edges, those lines, and define the jaw there, and you're good. So I'm going to switch over now to a sharper Sharpie so I can draw other details too. Before I lose it, I want to draw that neck just because I know where it is and I don't want to lose it in the drawing visually for myself. Okay, so I'm going to draw her hair now over her eye. I know the hairline's going to be, well, no, let's do this. Before I do that, let's define where I'm going to stop. So I'm going to just do the top of the hat like that. And see how some of it disappeared? That's okay. I planned for that. I knew it was going to happen. So at least it's implied, right? We know it's there. So I'm going to draw her hair over her eye like this. Kind of down and a little whippy like that. And I'm just going to kind of do a couple more. Then come over and do like that. Draw a little bit of a point. I kind of like it as a point. Right? Like that. So, since I know where that edge is, I'm going to draw the other part of the hair too, since I'm on a roll. And it's back behind her, so I'm going to come out like that. Do a couple more little whippies in like this. Then draw this one out and in. Okay? So, look, that didn't connect, but that's okay. Let's connect that real fast. Connect. And we're going to draw her little dome melon hat. I like to call it a melon. I'm just going to kind of follow it around like that. And there's a heart there, but I'm going to worry about that with coloring. Right now, at least I defined it that way. And with coloring, it's not going to stand out as much as with the Sharpie. Subtlety. That's the nuance here. The trick to making it your own. So don't worry about it right now. When I color it, you'll see it. So let's draw the bottom of her neck like this. And I'm going to connect it like that. And I can draw her, the collar of her armor piece like this. Draw the other one down like that, and then I can draw the inside of it like that. Okay, I'm going to bring it down to about right here. That's where the top of the chest piece is going to be. I'm going to come like this, do the same thing over here like this, and then this one is going to come out just a little bit like that, and that's going to be the edge. But I can't do it over here because there's a knife. A love knife, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and draw it like that. And then draw the, you can barely see the hilt. And then we're going to draw the handle like that. And that'll kind of define like that. If you got it, you can define the edge like that, and that'll get us going that way. So now we can draw the rest of the chest piece. So the armor chest piece. So I'm going to draw her chest like this. Come in a little bit. Then come down. And I'm going to draw the other side now. So I'm going to come over here like this and ring it around for where it's around her shoulder. And come down. And I'm going to connect them here in the middle. So I'm going to go up and down. And that's how they're connected. There are buckles here, but we're not going to worry about that yet. We're going to do that with the fine detail in a bit. We're just going to keep going here. So since we have edges defined, we can draw the rest of her. So let's draw her arm. I know it's going to come out to right there. So that's her rib cage, I guess, going to the arm, and the arm's going to come like that. Okay, that'll help you define where it's going to be. So let's draw her shoulder down to her bicep, and then I'm going to draw her forearm, but I'm going to stop there because there's a armor pieces right there. But we're drawing this side, so all we got to do is draw the straps. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do it. Let's just draw the forearm like that down to the edge. Normally I draw the armor piece, but hey, we don't have to this time. So I reconnected that, and now we can draw the straps that are holding that armor piece. And let's go ahead and do this. There's the armor piece, right? It's on the outside, so you only see this part, right? Pretty easy, pretty simple. So let's draw our hands. I already sketched out where I want them to be, so I know that they're going to hit these points like this. So now I just kind of have to follow the lines and get to there, okay? So we're going to draw her thumb like that. Her fingers. Pretty simple like this. And then draw her hand back in. It looks a little wonky, but you know what? That's okay, because we'll just say that's part of the armor piece that's like that. And plus, when you color it, yeah, you're fine. You're gonna hide all that anyway, right? So let's do this side. Let's draw the shoulder to the bicep to the arm to the forearm. Same thing here. We're gonna draw the bicep, elbow, forearm like that. And so we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna draw the thumb, then the fingers like that, about where they're going to be. So let's go ahead and do that thumb like this. And to make sure we don't do like we did there, let's come out here and do that part of the hand, okay? So now I'm going to draw the thumb into the fingers. Like that. Much better, much better. And same thing, let's draw those straps like that. And we'll say this one is turned just a little bit more, so you won't see it there. You'll see it up here, okay? And that's making it unique. That's making it yours. So no one can ever tell you that's not right, or that's not this, or that's not that. Let's just go ahead and add things across, kind of like they're holding it in. And that is the armor piece on the top, like that. And look, we kind of hid that too. So there we go. That works out for us. So let's draw the rest of her body. So we're going to come in like this and out for her hips. And I'm going to stop right there because her pants are going to kind of define a little bit something else. But the most important thing is that she has the heart thing on the side here. So let's draw that. So I'm going to draw the bow, just because that's on the front first. And then I'm going to draw the heart. Alright, oops, it kind of didn't make that round enough, right? Okay, so there's the heart, and let's go ahead and add that little V for the V for the heart right there in the center, okay? And now we can draw the rest of her. So let's draw her pants up like this, and I'm going to go across, down a little bit, just to define that style, and that'll give me the edge right there. So let's draw about right here in the middle. This is her leg, and because I know her boot is almost the exact same thing, we're just going to follow it all the way down to there. Same thing, follow it down to there. Her boot is pretty much almost painted onto the style and design, so we don't have to define edges here. We just keep going. So let's draw the front of there, of this, the knee down to the boot, like that. Back of the leg, back of the knee, boot, down like that. Okay? So, let's draw the boots at the same time. She's got kind of a heel, so I'm going to go ahead and define that real fast. You're not going to see it over here, but here it's going to come down and over. So I'm going to come down and over, then follow it down like this. Follow it down, and there's the toe. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to the Sharpie real fast, just to add a few more details. And she has straps going across the boots, like this. I'm going to thicken it up just a little bit. And that's in front of the edge of her boot, right here. That's why I wanted to draw that first. This one you can't quite see as much, so I'm just going to do like this. And that'll be that part. So this one I can just draw straight across like that. And I'm going to define just some style real fast. Just like that for the top of her boot. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to do is add just a little bit of detail for the hair right here. Just like that. Just to make it, our own. Just to make it our unique style. Okay, then we define it with color. Well, for now, that is Valentine Skully. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw.